Two teams at the opposite ends of the spectrum do battle one last time to end off the regular season. The Houston Roughnecks need a win not only to right the ship of their two-game skid, but to clinch the #1 seed and home field advantage throughout the playoffs. They are going up against the Dragons, who took Houston to the limit, losing to the tune of 32-23 in Week 5 play. If Houston wants a shot at the #1 seed, guys like Holly and Phillips have to be the main weapons of attack for PJ Walker. Kroll was held in check last week against a stingy LA defense. Silvers has not been benched by Daniels. Instead, he has been given the keys to the car for one last ride this season. Can Seattle play the ultimate spoiler and give LA a chance for a spot at #1? Or will the Roughnecks take care of business and force the playoffs to go through Houston? Houston Roughnecks, Seattle Dragons. This is the XFL on the Last Life Gaming Network. And if you guys are not excited for today's game, this is the only game on our Saturday slate. You guys must be out of your mind. Now, you look at the records and you say to yourself, man, Houston's gonna blow these guys the hell out. Seattle's only won one game. But the last time that Seattle and Houston hooked up, Seattle nearly walked away with the victory before Houston went on an absolute tear and put up enough points to pull off the 9-point victory. So I expect that Seattle is going to play just as well this week, this being their final game of the season, and try to be the third team, and not only just the third team, but the third team in a row to beat the Houston Roughnecks. We have Silvers under center. He has remained the starter to end off the season. You've got to commend the Dragons coaching staff for allowing Silvers to finish out the season. If you're a Dragons fan, you're probably like, what the hell? Get BJ Daniels in there, but Silvers is the starter for this game. He will be the guy at QB for Seattle for the remainder of this season, which is today. Welcome. My name is Bravo33. This is the XFL on the Last Life Gaming Network. If you are new to the platform, welcome. I am glad you are watching. We are just getting started here. This is Week 10 of the XFL. The XFL was cut short, unfortunately, by the COVID-19 pandemic. But here at the LLGN, we said, screw that. We are going to finish the season off, and we have been doing it since Week 6, and here we are.
Go, guys. Guns. Quads left, 50 red flood. Let's make it count. Break.
Here we are at Week 10 of the regular season, and we are 1 week away from the playoffs. Now, as Silvers and company look to convert this third down, let's take a look at these standings after this play. There's the snap. Silvers is looking downfield. Can he convert a first? He does not. It is tipped away by a Houston defender. Good defense there. You can't ask for better defense by Houston. They knocked the ball away. And it's going to be a punt. And Houston's going to be starting with the ball with great field position. So far, so good there. Good defense by the corner, Brandon Griffin. But let's get back to these standings. The Houston Roughnecks are sitting at 7-2, and Seattle is 1-8. The LA Wildcats won on Thursday night, as you guys saw, against the Dallas Renegades. They have already clinched, but they have a shot now to have a tie record with Houston, and they split the season series, so it would go into a points technicality. They have a chance to split the season. That means a chance to have tie record and have a chance to even host the first playoff game if Houston loses today. If Houston wins, Houston will be sitting at 8-2. They will have the best record in the league, and they will have home field advantage throughout. You would have to go through Houston to make it to the XFL championship. So, big stakes going on in this game. Sunday's games, even more is at stake. New York and St. Louis are still two teams battling to get a first-round spot, a semifinal spot against the DC Defenders. DC will play St. Louis, and Tampa Bay will play New York. So those two games will be big, and we have an illegal touching. I think he might have touched it on the shovel pass there. That's a tough break for Houston, so they're going to go back. I think they lose a down and 5 yards, if I'm not mistaken. So tough break for Houston. Oh, they don't lose a down. It's just five. 5 loss.
Let's make it count. Break.
But it sounds like Houston is going to call a very rare run play. This one will go to Roman Chambers on the draw. As you see, split back formation in the backfield with P.J. Walker, who's in the gun. There's the snap. There's the delayed handoff to Roman Chambers, who gets skinny and gets met by 3 Dragon defenders, stopped at the Houston 49, 2nd and 12. Now, Houston has had a rough patch as of lately, while their soon-to-be opponent in next week's playoffs, the LA Wildcats, have been on an absolute tear. LA has won 6 games straight. They were at 1-3, and they have now rang off 6 straight wins to be at 7-3 to end off the season. Houston will not want to go into the playoffs with a 3rd loss in a row. They lost to LA, who won convincingly, and they lost to Dallas.
Punch 50, ZD pose. All out here. Break.
And they lost to Dallas on a crazy finish to the game. 12 points scored in the last 5 minutes in order for Dallas to pick up the win. We already know in the West that those 2 teams will be playing, Houston and LA. So what we just need to know is where exactly they're going to play. A win here for Houston, as a beautiful throw from Walker to Holly was complete, and they're down at the 34-yard line. If Houston takes care of business, everything will go through Houston. So this game is going to be great. P.J. Walker looking good, poised in the pocket, stands there, takes his time, finds Holly going across the middle, and we've got another Houston first down. Now, I don't know if you've heard the news, but in real life, in IRL, the XFL has suspended operations and laid off employees. This is via ESPN.com. I will read a direct quote because I want you guys who are avid XFL fans that are watching these games to know exactly what's going on with your league. The XFL, this is coming from ESPN.com, the XFL suspended operations Friday morning, and multiple sources told ESPN that the league has laid off nearly all of its staff. A handful of executives remain employed, and currently has no plans to return in 2021. Now, if you are an XFL fan, you are kind of pissed off at COVID-19 because of this. Let's see. Let's read this part here. The XFL is owned by WWE CEO/President Vince McMahon and Alpha Entertainment. In a statement, the WWE said, given the uncertainty of the current environment, the XFL has suspended operations and is evaluating next steps. The XFL canceled its season last month after 5 games as a part of a nationwide shutdown due to the coronavirus pandemic, pledging to return next year. And this is why we are here today and you guys are watching the XFL on the Last Life Gaming Network, because we would not let the season die. So what scares me is that the XFL might be done. I mean, listen to this here. According to, let's read this. Commissioner Oliver Luck, hired in 2018 to guide the most ambitious spring football league in decades, did not speak on the call. It was not immediately clear if he is still with the league. Let's see here. According to a prominent former XFL staffer who was on the call, Pollock stopped short of saying the league was going out of business, but the strong implication was clear. Quote unquote, it's done, the staffer said. Quote unquote, it is not coming back. There is no immediate comment from the league, and it's hard.
Let's finish this drive.
It's hard to believe that the XFL will be done. I mean, I don't know if you guys hear it in my voice. It kind of sucks. I love spring football. I love the idea of having American football being played all season, all year long. We get our NFL in the fall, and then we get our alternative in the spring. And I absolutely love that. And then you get your preparation for NFL football in the summer. So we really would never miss out on football. I mean, if you flip any channel in anywhere else, there's soccer being played all season long, all year long. I don't see why American football can do the same, but granted, American football is very, very expensive. I mean, Vince put out a lot of money to get the league started, and nobody saw this coming. Nobody saw the COVID-19 pandemic coming, and it's a tough break for everybody involved because the league was very successful. They were doing great. Ratings were looking well. There was an undefeated team in the Houston Roughnecks that was the favorites to win it all, and everybody was curious to see how well they would do. Everybody had their home teams that they were rooting for, and it's just unfortunate that we have what we have here. Great toss. By the way, I know I've been talking a lot about the current state of the XFL because I wanted to keep you guys informed, but what a throw by P.J. Walker there to Phillips, who caught it with one hand. Phillips is going to have a field day today against the Seattle secondary because there's nobody in the Seattle secondary that can really hang with Phillips. We have a 1st and goal at the Seattle 7. This looks like Houston's going to punch it in. But let me get back to what we were talking about. If the XFL is done, that would be terrible, as we've had the AAF end prematurely because of poor management. But we had the XFL finish early because of an outbreak that nobody saw coming, and it's just an unfortunate turn of events. I'm just going to take the time out to thank everybody that is at the XFL or was at the XFL to give me 5 weeks of solid football, great football play, and oh my God, what a throw on the run by P.J. Walker to Nick Holley. Touchdown, Houston. My God, let's watch that on the replay. You guys in the truck better make this happen because that was an incredible throw. Let's watch this one. I'm just going to be silent. I'll let you guys just enjoy this play here. I mean, that was tight coverage, and that was not an easy throw to make. He throws it right to Holley. Holley picks it up for an easy gain and an easy score. Touchdown, Houston, and they're right where they usually around this time. I don't know if you guys noticed it. Around this midway mark, Houston usually strikes first. And when they strike first, usually things go well. The last few games, they strike first, and it didn't go well, but kick is up. Kick is good. 7-0 ball game in favor of Houston. Let's see how Seattle responds. But again, I just want to thank everybody that was at the XFL to put on such an amazing product and inspiring me to actually want to do what we're doing here, and that is completing the season in this fashion. I've seen other YouTubers do what I'm doing here, and more power to them. I love the fact that the XFL had that much of a fan base, that there are other YouTubers out there that are doing the same exact thing, taking a game, maybe a mod of Madden or something else, and finishing the XFL season. I love that because it's great to see everybody else showing the love that they had for the XFL. But I'm just going to toot my own horn after Brandon Silvers.
Look alive, baby! Break!
Nobody that I've seen do it has done it in the fashion that I've done it. I've made it a production of the LLGN. I've given, as you see, the watermarks of the XFL and the Last Life Gaming Network at the bottom right of your screen. I give you original music, a halftime show that you can get that's in-game. And if you're wondering what game this is, it's the All-Pro Football 2K8 game that is on the Xbox 360. This game was made in 2007 and still plays better than some Maddens. I have Madden 20 on the PS4. This game plays better than Madden on the PS4, Madden 20. And that's sad to hear, but that's good to see that a game from 07 got the game of football right. 2nd and 9 for Silvers and company. Let's see if they can respond from this 7-0 deficit. It is a delayed handoff to McAfee. McAfee is stopped behind the line. Great defense by Houston. 3rd and 11. Nuisance Flugence on the stop there. Now, as I was saying, I'm tooting my own horn because you get an original commentary. Granted, it might not be all the players that you see in the league. That's something that the PC mod of Madden is able to do. I wish I had that at my expense, but unfortunately I don't. I'm just working with what I'm given, just like a decent quarterback who works with what the defense gives him, which Silvers did right there. You guys like that segue? I feel like that was a damn good segue. But it wasn't enough for the Dragons to pick up a first down. Good toss to Jedazuma. doesn't get across the first down marker, so Seattle's going to have to punt this away to this explosive Houston offense. So as I was saying, the presentation that we have done here at the Last Life Gaming Network, I believe, is one of one. Nobody else is doing it this way. And again, I'd like to thank every single person that has come out since week 6 to watch this. All the people that have came via the subreddit of the XFL, even the XFL football subreddit before they banned me. There was some pissed off mod, I guess, that didn't enjoy the fact that I was doing this. But hey, to each his own. I'm not dwelling on it. That was weeks ago. We've been doing well. Great stuff that we're doing here. I appreciate every single fan that has sat back, every single Last Lifer that has sat and watched these games in detail. You guys are the reasons why I continue to do this. And what a throw from Philip Walker, PJ Walker, to Cam Phillips. He threw it only where Phillips can catch it. I mean, let's see this on the replay. It's a zip right to where only he can get it, and Phillips was able to fall and be the only guy to get his hands on it, got his paws on it. 1st and 10 at the Seattle 38, and you've got to believe that Houston might be scoring on this drive here. All right, I feel like I've been talking forever. I form set, hand it off to Chambers on the right side, stop behind the line of scrimmage. Good defense by the Dragons. That was Clinton Kidd on the stop. Good defense by the cornerback there. And as we were saying before, the Roughnecks desperately need this win. I believe they need this win for more than one reason. Like I said in the pregame, they need to win this game just to right the ship. They've lost the last 2 games. They have not looked like Houston. PJ has thrown 4 picks in one game, and it was just very uncharacteristic of him. The Houston team also needs to win this game to clinch. I mean, not to clinch, but to get home field advantage. And they are in the driver's seat. There's nobody else that's near their record besides LA and DC. So they've got to want it. They've got to want to be the home field advantage team. They've been the dominant team for the majority of the season. They can't let this one slip through the cracks, because that won't be a good momentum going into the playoffs. 3rd and 6, shotgun set for PJ Walker. He drops back, looking downfield, and he has a man. Oh, nearly caught on the tip drill. Good defense by the Dragons corner there. That is Jacob Rivera, who has the assignment of having to stop the most explosive receiver in the league. Definitely an offensive player of the year candidate, Cam Phillips. The man has been an absolute beast all season. And now Houston is trying to tack on 3 more points. This one will be a 50-yard field goal, kicking from the 33-yard line. They're taking their sweet time here. Why do guys take their sweet time? There's a snap, good hold, kick is up, kick is short. No good. The kick is not good. Tough break. Houston looked like they had a promising drive there, and it was short. Just not enough leg under it. Comes up about 2 to 3 yards short of the goalpost. And Seattle will take the ball over at the 40-yard line. This is decent field position. Now Seattle can make some moves. They're going to have to get McAfee started. I mean, I think the last time Seattle was out here, McAfee was non-existent. And they can't have a repeat performance of that, because then they won't be getting any points on the board. Single back formation for the Seattle Dragons. There is the snap. Silvers is dropping back. Steps up to his right. Throws across the field. Nearly picked off. That was a bone-headed throw. If I can sit down with Brandon Silvers and just ask him one question, I would say, what the hell are you doing, man? I mean, Jesus Christ. You out of your mind? Rolling to the right, throwing it across the field like that to double coverage? I ought to slap you. Give me BJ. That's if I... Oh, whoa. Wait a minute. I realized what I just said there. I'm just going to put one big pause after what I just said. I form set. There is the snap to Brandon Silvers. He throws it all the way to the left side, but they will rule him out of bounds. Pro's first attempt at a catch today is incomplete. They rule his feet out of bounds, and it'll be 3rd and 10. But there it is. There is a challenge by the head coach of the Seattle Dragons. All you need is 1 foot in the XFL. Let's see if they can get this one right, or did the refs get it right at first? Let's check the replay. Now, this is exactly what the officials are seeing in the booth. I mean, this is looking like it's not going to be a great shot. Oh, I mean, if it's me, I'm calling that a complete catch. It looked like his left foot was in bounds before he caught the ball and stepped out.
The pass has been ruled complete. The catch was made prior to going out of bounds. The Dragons will not be charged with a timeout. Third down.
And the Seattle fans erupt here in CenturyLink Field. You gotta believe that they have faith.
This should be no problem for us.
That they have faith in their Dragons to play spoiler and pick up a second win of the season. I mean, just for pride. You don't want to go 1-9. Going 2 for 8 feels a little better. And if you beat Houston on the final week of the season, that will be a big morale boost. I mean, look at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay has been playing spoiler these past few weeks. They've been virtually eliminated, but they have looked pretty impressive since Aaron Murray has been back. They beat St. Louis. They brought DC to the limit. Let's see if they can do the same against New York tomorrow. They will be the early game. If I'm going to check my notes here, so you might hear some pages flip. Oh, I found it that quick. New York will travel to Tampa Bay at 3 p.m. tomorrow, and DC and St. Louis will tussle in prime time at 8 p.m. So, you've got to believe that Seattle wants to play spoiler here. There is the snap to McAfee, and he is stuffed at the line of scrimmage as we are steadily approaching the end of the first quarter. Man, I've done so much talking about everything else besides the game that this first quarter is almost over, and I hope you guys have been paying attention because Houston has a 7-0 lead, but Seattle is moving this football. They're not stalemating. They're not stalling out. They're moving the football. They're now at the Houston 39. And let's see just exactly what they can do here. There's the snap. Silver's just looking, throws it over the middle, nearly picked off. It was nearly pick city. I think that was the nuisance flugence once again. Hearing a whole lot of smack talk from the defensive end, Richard Vaughn there. We have a 3rd and long. I mean, smack talk
This is what we're gonna do.
Granted.
Gun! Straight 50 AZ cross. Stay sharp. Break!
They call it gun straight 50 AZ cross. You should see a crossing pattern going over the middle of the field. Actually, this might be the formation where you might see a few. Oh, it's just trips formation. I don't know what they didn't call it a tray. I don't know what they're running. There's the snap. Thrown to Prohl off of his fingertips. Incomplete pass. 4th and 10 for Seattle. They were going to punt it away to Houston. And hopefully, if you're a Seattle Dragons fan, Todd Boston can pin Houston deep in their own territory. There's 6 seconds left to go in the first quarter. This is how this quarter is going to end, most likely with the punt. But it all depends on where it lands. Let's see if they can down it inside of the 5.
I'm coming. I'm blocking this.
There's the snap. This will definitely be the last play of this quarter. A good punt. Are they going towards the corner? They tried. Oh, what a catch and a slide. He did that smooth. Was that Bacon? It could be Bacon, could be Goss. I'm not sure there, but that was a great coverage by the Gunners. And that will end the first quarter. The Houston Roughnecks lead 7-0, but they will start this drive at their own 4-yard line. This is going to be tough. You're going to have to rely on Chambers to pick up some big yardage to get you out of a bind. They're at the dark side of the end zone. Somebody referenced a Star Wars reference there. Chambers gets stuffed up right at the line of scrimmage. Seattle said none of that is happening here. Willard Morris on the stop. 2nd and 10 for the Roughnecks.
Listen up. We got eye jokers, weak toss, and break.
Now you heard what they called eye jokers, weak toss. This play is going to Chambers. It is one single receiver, that is Cam Phillips up top. This will go to Chambers on the toss to the weak side, and there it is. He's got some room, spins away, but doesn't get far. 3rd and 8. PJ Walker is going to have to be forced to throw this ball if they want to pick up a first down. Good stop by Seattle. That's the kind of defense you want to play. You pin your team deep. You play that field position football to where they're going to be forced to punt it to you in short field. But trips formation, I've seen Houston convert these third downs and make it look easy. There's the snap. It is a delayed handoff to Roman. What are we? I need a drink of water. Hold on. What in the world is Houston doing? I mean, maybe they just said, you know what, screw it. Let's not risk it. We're just going to run it, let this clock run, and then we're going to punt it away. Maybe they've got nothing but faith in my man Bowman. He's literally at the back of his end zone. One wrong move, he would have stepped out for a safety, but he gets the ball away, but this punt goes nowhere. It skies, but even though they didn't get that big of a return from their punt returner, Goss,
what's wrong with you?
They are at the Roughneck 35, and if they don't score here, I don't know, man. If they don't get a touchdown here, then Seattle has been doing it all wrong all season, which is probably proven already, but you didn't hear that from me. Offset I formation for the Seattle Dragons. There is a snap, hand off to McAfee, up the gut, stuffed up immediately. 2nd and 9 for the Dragons at the Houston 34. The nuisance Flugents on the stop once again. That linebacker has been balling all season. Great stop there. 2nd and 9 for the Dragons. They're come back out in the offset I, 2 wide set. Houston looks ready for it. They're in a 4-3 with their corners ready to make a stop. There is the snap. Toss play to McAfee on the outside, and he goes nowhere. I'm telling you, Houston has come to hit, man. I mean, who else is coming up making hits like that besides the strong safety? That one is Mike Blair giving McAfee a little bit of shoulder love. And now we have a 3rd and 9 game. I'm sorry, 3rd and 9 with 7:30 to go in the half. Shotgun set. Silvers is now looking, gets rid of it quick. He had a man in his face, says it's a pro. He is running down the sideline, and he will not be caught. Touchdown, Dragons. Now we have a game. Wax on, wax off, my friend. Touchdown for the Dragons. Pending this extra point, we will have a tie game, and we will be talking a lot more about these two teams. If Seattle can stick around like they have done this first half, what a tough break there. I mean, I think that was Casey Walker. What the hell happened on that tackle attempt? It looks like he tried to push him out, but he didn't have enough leverage to even move him. But nonetheless, they get this extra point. 7 up it will be. Not the drink, not the soda, not the kids' game at school, not the thing you put with vodka. It'll be a 7-7 ball game. And man, Seattle tying the game up here, that's huge. You got to believe Seattle feels like they can hang with Houston. They did it earlier this season where they lost 23-32, and maybe this is their chance to try and right the ship and redeem themselves. With under 7.5 to go in the first half, Seattle will be kicking this ball away to Houston. Curtis Walker is the deep man for the reception. And there is the boot. Down it goes to the 10-yard line. This is not that big of a kickoff. And is brought out to the 29. That kind of field position is not what you want to give Houston, because they're going to make this drive look easy. I guarantee you.
First and 10.
There's a shot at Cam Phillips. That man is definitely going to be a top candidate. I mean, he's got to be an MVP candidate as well. Walker is definitely one. There is the snap to the trips formation at the top of your screen. He's got Phillips once again right at the numbers. He's got 70 yards on 4 catches, and we have not even hit halftime. This is crazy. It looked like a corner post route there. Instead of the Poco, he ran a Copo. And again, Walker fits it where only Phillips can get it. And we have a 1st and 10. Something tells me this is going to turn into the Cam Phillips show, the way this truck has been focusing on him all game. Granted, he's one of the best players in the league. Swung out to Chambers, who picks up about 2 yards on the play. 2nd and 8 for Houston in Seattle territory. Now, if you're just joining us, I broke down the news of the XFL suspending all its operations and having a skeleton crew, which is most likely just sitting in the headquarters in Connecticut, taking care of finances. Complete pass to who else but Cam Phillips. Hey, PJ, you've got other receivers. I just want to let you know that. I mean, if Phillips keeps getting open, by all means, throw him the ball. But you have other receivers, man.
Are you? Hell no! I'm gonna be at it all day.
I mean, just the sign of it right there tells you that Phillips is not shying away from anything. He's like, hey, man, let's make this work. Let's make this happen. Ain't no way these boys are going to hold me down. Shotgun set. He is the man at the top of your screen, he being Cam Phillips. There is the snap. It is a delayed handoff to Chambers, and he is stuffed way back. Loss of 4 on the play. 2nd and 14 for the Roughnecks. Now, Johnson is one of the premier linebackers for Seattle. He has helped his defense out week in, week out. If you allow him to get started, it's going to be tough for Houston to pick up this win. 2nd and 14. Here we go. There's the snap. He drops back looking for a man. He throws it deep downfield, complete to who else but Cam Phillips. And Houston makes it look easy. Touchdown Roughnecks, 13-7 ball game. I mean, how do you get so open on this play? Okay, so he ran a Copo earlier, which was a corner post. I'm sure there's a scientific name, but I'm not Googling it. And instead he ran the Poco, which caught the defender off guard, the Acapulco. I don't think that's what it's called. The post corner route. Touchdown for the Roughnecks, and this will be, pending this kick, a 14-7 game. There's just over 5 minutes to go. Take your time. Tick, 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 tick. There's a snap. Good hold. Kick is up. Kick is good. Houston leads it 14-7. And they are looking like the team that is in the driver's seat. They are not panicking. They're not rushing any throws. And now Houston will be kicking this ball off to Seattle. Can the Dragons respond again? The deep man all the way back is Brian Taylor. He will be awaiting this ball at the 5-yard line, picked up and ran with it. There is a snap, spins away, loses 2 of them, but gets smacked up by 2 Roughneck defenders on special teams. I'm going to say that one was Ndukwe Smart. And I didn't get a number on the other one, but I'm not profiling anybody. 5 minutes to go in the half. Seattle's got to make something here. Even if they don't get 6, they're definitely going to need 3. So let's see what they do here. There's the snap. Hand off to McAfee. McAfee runs it up the gut. Swung down by a linebacker of mine. His name is Beniquez Brown. And you've got to believe at the end of this season there's going to be a lot of players getting plucked, and they are good at what they do. There's a snap. Hand off to McAfee, who picks up a chunk of yardage. Got a lot of room. Good block. He is going to spring loose. Can he get away? He does not. Tackled down at the 32-yard line. That was probably the biggest run I've seen McAfee do in about 2 weeks. 1st and 10 for the Seattle Dragons. Let's see if they can capitalize. Great blocking there. I mean, you can't ask for a better block by your fullback, Demont St. Pierre. That man is a blocking back, and he has done a great job for McAfee all season.
Go on, D. Just like practice. No more is a yard.
Offset eye set for the Dragons. I like this formation here. They got 3 wide with an offset eye. De facto is the tight end, but he doesn't need one unless I call it early. There is a toss to, I believe, Holloway, and my God, Seattle is going, oh, that was to Ricky Prohl, going blow for blow with Houston. If they keep this up, they're going to wind up leading their Seattle Dragons to the XFL championship. Actually, that can't happen because Seattle's only got 1 win. So they can play spoiler and not allow them to play in the playoffs, his husband. My head is scratching right now. We're gonna call that joke as a dud because I don't even get it right now. Awaiting the snap is Seattle. There's the snap. Good hold. Kick is up. Kick is good. And we have a 14-14 ball game. With 4:12 to go in this half, can Houston now respond? I know I've been saying, can Seattle respond? Can Seattle respond? Can Seattle respond? Seattle has been responding. So now Houston, can you guys put up a fair rebuttal, like these guys are lawyers? Can you guys put up a fair rebuttal to counter your suitor's case?
First and 10. From the rush, 30-yard.
Single back set for Walker, who is under center. 2 wide receivers. That is, I'm sorry, not McBride. That is Holly and Phillips. Hand off to Chambers, who gets smacked behind the line of scrimmage. That man Johnson, he is everywhere. These teams are lucky he's not in the playoffs. I feel like he was due for a huge game.
Big stop, baby. Great tackle. Oh, yeah. I'm feeling good. Right.
Second and 10 from the rush, 30-yard.
When you come back, all you
Hand off to Chambers, who fights forward and picks up about 3 yards to make it a 3rd and 8. Still 3rd and long, with under 3:30 to go. You gotta convert here, because if not, you're punting this ball away again. And albeit it will be in Seattle territory, you don't want to give the ball up after they just scored on a big touchdown. Now they give them all the momentum in the world. Bunch formation for the Roughnecks. He is looking downfield, throws it deep, and he's got Cam Phillips wide open. Smoke turkey, touchdown, Roughnecks. Wow. Wow, was that Goss? Might actually be Bacon that was left back there. Smoked turkey. Rivera was sitting in the zone, and Bacon was the other D-back. He was the free safety. Both of them put him on a sandwich with some ham and cheese because they have been left as smoked turkey. 20-0 ball game in favor of Houston.
Is back for the point after. Bover will hold the kick.
There's the snap. Kick is up. It is blocked, but it doesn't go through the uprights. That can prove to be big. The Houston kicker has not had a good game so far. He's made 2 out of his 3 extra points and missed a field goal attempt. So now it is a 20-14 game now. As a proponent of the numbers, I'm always a fan of always being up by 7. Being up by 6 can lead you into disaster. Let's see if Houston can weather the storm here in more ways than one. There's the kick picked up once again. Stop at the 23-yard line. And Houston's going to have to play some good D here.
First and 10 from the Dragons, 23 yards.
Silvers is under center. Let's see if he can find Pro for a deep pass again. This time it is a handoff to McAfee, and he is stuffed in the backfield. None of that is happening here. McAfee has played extremely well this first half. He's got 43 yards rushing. You cannot complain for that.
2nd and 12. Ball at the 21-yard line.
Offset I formation. There is the snap. Silvers is looking. Thrown over the middle. Incomplete. No, that was caught. He caught it. Azuma with the catch. I thought I heard the ball hit the turf, but it didn't. That must have just been his body. Caught pass by Jet Azuma. 3rd and 3. Let's see if they can get a first down on this conversion here. If not, you damn well know that they're going to be punting the ball. Let's not be sugarcoating ourselves. We all know they're going to be punting the ball. Close formation. They've got to make it look like a play action there so they can throw it over the top to maybe the pro. But they run a toss play to the right, and he goes nowhere. And we are now at the 2-minute warning. Houston leads it 20-14. This is the XFL on the Last Life Gaming Network. With under 2 minutes to go, Houston will be getting this ball back. And Houston, make something happen right before the half.
I'm coming. I'm locking in.
And get that quick score. There's a snap. Punt is up. It is away. It is a hell of a punt. Down to his 31-yard line. He shoots away, finds a little room. Hey, what's going on here? I know it's getting playoff time, but these teams are trying to figure out exactly what they need to do to get some yards on punt returns. That was a good return by Darrell Green. With under 149 to go, P.J. Walker needs all of the help that he can here on this drive to make something happen and get a score. When I say he needs all the help, picture him as like a young Goku getting ready to lay the spirit bomb. If you are an anime fan, you got to know what I'm talking about. Everybody watch Dragon Ball Z. He needs the energy from all these Houston fans in order to drop a bomb on the Seattle Dragons. And just to start, a little bit of energy, toss out to Phillips. He's already, wow, look at that stat line.
I'm so wide open.
He has 8 catches and 201
Let's make sure we
yards.
keep him out of field goal range here.
Some guys don't even get that in a single game in their career. He has that in a season. In a half. He has it in a half. 201 yards. I believe that is every target so far. No. He did throw one to Holly. As he throws one to Holly there, I think we have a pass interference call. Penalty on the play, and it was to Phillips. Surprise, surprise. Let's see what it is.
Pass interference. Number 52. Defense. The penalty is declined.
That was a good call. He tried to impede his way to the ball. That's Galeon on the pass interference call. But he didn't stop Phillips from catching the ball, so I'm sure they just declined it and took the yardage.
Second and inches from the left.
There's a shot of Kidd and Holly. The matchup for today. Can Kidd keep Holly at bay? More importantly, can Rivera stop Phillips? The answer is no. There is the snap. Swung out to Phillips. First down. Ooh, he was smacked on that one, but now they're running a hurry-up offense. 1 minute and 3 to go. Clock is ticking. Tick, 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 tick. Offset I. They are under center. There is the snap. Takes a deep drop back. Looks upfield. Steps up. Throws it across the middle. Catches his tight end, Corey Mustard, who does not have the most reliable hands in this league and on this team. There is the snap. It is a quick drop step. It is tossed downfield. It is picked off. Pick City. Yo City. My City. I cannot believe it. Wow. I thought that was great effort there. I'm telling you, Bacon is one of the top safeties in this league. PJ went to throw a lob to Phillips, and Bacon just skied through the air, laid out for the interception. 20-14 game. 39 seconds left on the clock. If it's me, I'm trying something downfield. If I don't get it, then you're drawing back to square one. But here they go. Single back formation, 2 wide receivers set. One at the top and bottom of your screen. There is the snap. He is looking downfield, throws it to his left side. He's got a man wide open, and he's trucking along downfield. Can they make this a 3-point game? I am telling you, Seattle has come to play today. That was to the backup tight end, Jeb Schaefer. I am telling you, man, Seattle has come to play. Do not sleep on the Dragons. What I love about the fact that this is an 8-team league is that the talent has been spread, and you cannot find one team that has been dominating, if that makes sense, dominating against the entire league. Now, Houston was that up until week 8 when they ran into a buzzsaw and caught their first loss of the year to the LA Wildcats. But here they are, 20-14 game. They've got to rely on their defense again. I don't believe. Oh, that is a toss out to McAfee. McAfee gets smacked behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 11 in favor of Seattle. There's only 25 seconds left to go in the half. Let's see what they do here in this final 25 seconds of the half.
All right, big play. Let's do it again. Oh, yeah, I hope they come at us the same way. All right.
I don't think Seattle is smart enough or dumb enough to run the same play again that way, but let's see what happens here. 8 seconds left on the play clock. There's the snap. Silvers is dropping back, throws this one across the middle. It is caught by Pro, and that will be the last time out of the half for Seattle. Now, they are close. They're in field goal range. I believe it's a 49-yarder, but you got to believe they want to get closer and make sure that they get some points here. 3rd and 7. It looks like they're just going to kick the field goal now. I mean, if I find it's hard to believe why. The clock isn't ticking. They don't have any more timeouts, so they're going to kick it up. There's the boot. Kick is up. Kick is good. Gets over the uprights. This time, 20-17 game, and that blocked extra point might prove to be huge here. 20-17 game. It's a 3-point joint, as my boys in New York like to call it. It's a 3-point joint. Let's see what Houston has done to respond. There's only 17 seconds to go in this half. Thank you for watching again. My name is Bravo33. You are watching the Last Life Gaming Network. This is the XFL. Again, we are continuing the season. With 13 seconds to go, you've got to believe that Houston's just going to either run this one out or kneel it and say, you know what, let's go into the half with the lead.
Double 50Z, tight end cross. Stay sharp. Break.
Well, I stand corrected. Apparently, these guys like to troll me. I call something that might be a predictable thing to do, and then they come out and do something crazy like call a pass play. Watch they go right to Phillips again for a touchdown. Let's see what happens here. 4 seconds on the play clock. There is the snap. PJ Walker steps back, got some time, throws it over the middle, off the hands of his tight end. I believe that was his tight end on that one. Oh no, that was the 4th string wide receiver, Kari Redmond, with the incomplete snag. Hasn't been playing that much in the past few weeks, and it shows as
this is a big one right here, boys.
Drops his
gun, split spread, weak draw, ready, break.
So this will be the last play of the half. They're calling a weak draw play. It's going to go to Roman Chambers. He's going to bleed out this clock because Seattle has no way to stop the clock. And they're going to go into half with a 3-point lead. It has been an exciting half so far. We scored 37 points between both teams in the first half. There's the weak draw, and he is stopped immediately. 4-yard loss. 3rd and 14, but that'll do it for the half. And the Houston Roughnecks lead a tight one. I bet nobody saw this coming. 20-17 game over the Seattle Dragons. Please enjoy this halftime show brought to you by Onslaught Multimedia, the creators of the Blast podcast.
Over beats, baby.
what a first half it has been. I mean, it's been an incredible game. I did not expect, I believe nobody expected that the Houston Roughnecks and the Seattle Dragons were going to have this well of a game in this first half. I believe everybody thought Houston was just going to run away with this one, but here we are. It's a 20-17 game as Seattle is about to kick it back off to Houston. Just to discuss what we saw in that halftime show, Houston has 1 rushing yard in the first half. I mean, that's not their style. They do air the ball out, don't get me wrong. But usually they have a little bit of a balanced attack, and you will see a good amount of rushing yards out of Roman Chambers, but only 1 rushing yard total for the entire team. Seattle, on the other hand, does have that balanced attack. They have 151 passing yards and 41 rushing yards, but the time of possession has been the key component of the Houston lead. They have an almost 5-minute advantage over them, 12:08 minutes to Seattle's 7:52 in minutes. PJ's killing the game right now. 252 yards passing in the first half. I believe Phillips has 204 of those, if not more. I mean, it's just crazy. And now Houston has the ball at the half, so they should be able to possibly put up more points here. Plenty of time. This should be a high-scoring game here. This might be a shootout. Let's see what happens. PJ gets the ball to his man. It is incomplete. Steven Johnson with the good defense on Corey Mustard. I believe that was Mustard, the tight end. Incomplete pass. We now have 3rd and 8 to start off this half. Shotgun set, trips formation at the top of your screen for PJ Walker and the Roughnecks. There is the snap. He is stepping back, looking, finds a man on the out route. It is complete. It is Cam Phillips, who almost runs into the other WR1. That is Austin Prohl. But it's not enough to pick up the first down. 4th and 4 for Houston, and it's a 3 and out. This is a good thing for Seattle.
How about blocking this thing? Come on, let's swarm this guy.
A score here by Seattle could be huge. I mean, it doesn't have to be a touchdown. You could be talking about a field goal to tie this game up. And like I said, that 1 point, that extra point that was blocked by Seattle is huge now. Instead of it being a 4-point game, it's a 3-point game, and it makes it a lot easier for Seattle to try and just march downfield and pick up some points, because they're not trying to get a score to try and take the lead. Now they can just sit there, be comfortable, and run some plays and possibly just pick up a field goal to tie the ball game. Offset I formation. Austin Prohl is the receiver at the top of your screen. This handoff goes to Gus McAfee, who fights forward, only gets 2 yards. Stopped by Benitez Brown. 2nd and 8 for the Seattle Dragons.
Number 42, credited with the tackle.
I mean, I did not expect. I know you guys watching today cannot believe that the Seattle Dragons are hanging in there with Houston. If you watch the XFL, and this is the only bit of XFL that you've seen, then you know Seattle has been struggling all season. Another good run by McAfee there. He picks up 6, making it 3rd and short for Seattle. To see that they are hanging in there with Houston like they did in the early parts of the season when it was broadcasted on live television, you know that Seattle has a chance here. Now, Seattle may have the worst record in this league, that you can dub them as the worst team in this league, but it doesn't mean that they are going to not come out and give you a dogfight. And not enough yards on that one. 4th and 1. Another stop by Benitez Brown. He came up big on that drive. 2 stops on that drive to force another 3 and out the other way, and this ball will be going back to Houston. It's going to be deep. I don't think it's going to be deep in their territory. The last time that Boston booted a punt up, it didn't go far, and Houston capitalized.
Let's block the punt. Let's go, yo. Let's go.
There's the punt. Let's see. what they can do with it. Tries to juke, I should say. Tries to juke away, and Darrell Green is stopped at the 24-yard line. So decent field position there for the Roughnecks. Can P.J. Walker and company, there's a shot of Walker there. Can P.J. Walker and company do something offensively here? I mean, Cam Phillips has been going off. He's been targeted 14 times today. I think with Houston losing the last 2 games, they said to themselves, you know what? We're going to go to our strengths, and that is the man at the bottom of your screen. I believe that's Cam Phillips there. Up, handoff to Roman Chambers, who shakes off one man, but gets bottled up by 3 more Seattle Dragon defenders. He only picks up 2 on the carry. 2nd and 8 at the Houston 26 with just over 7 minutes to go in the quarter. So, I mean, look at that stat line. That stat line is crazy. 11 catches, 224 yards, and mind you, he's only caught 1 pass this half. So the majority of those receptions and yards were in the first half. The man has been going off. He is going to have a record day today if he doesn't have the record already. Hand off to Roman Chambers, goes nowhere. Loss of 1 on that play. 3rd and 9 now. And both teams' defenses have come out this second half. In this first 4 minutes of play, as we're approaching the 6-minute mark in the quarter, both teams have stalled out on their first drives of the half. And now this is the second drive for Houston, and they might be having another 3 and out. Just formation, top of your screen. PJ's got some options. Tries to throw it out to Cam. The team seems ready for him now. There was 2 guys draped in his area in that zone, knocked away by Jacob Rivera. 4th and 9, and look at it, man. It's another 3 and out, and Houston will be punting this ball away to Seattle. I mean, Bowman will be kicking it to Sean Goss, who's the deep man and the punt returner. I mean, this is uncharacteristic of Houston, and the last time I said those words, Houston lost to Dallas, and they also lost to LA. So this is a big game. If you're a Roughnecks fan, you want to see your team get a win before the season ends. You don't want to see your team go to the playoffs on a 3-game skid and possibly not even host a playoff game while you're going to go to a stadium where the team is on the biggest streak of the season, of the second biggest streak of the season, 6 straight wins. You don't want to go into LA. I mean, if you are Houston, you want LA to come to you. You don't want to make that travel to the hottest team in the league at the moment. So this is a big game. You cannot say, oh, this is a cakewalk for Houston. They're playing the last place team in the league. No, there's no way. You need this win, and you need this win big. Another stop by Colin the Nuisance Flugents. That's 2 tackles for a loss. That one for 1 yard. 2nd and 11 for the Dragons. Brandon Silvers and Gus McAfee and Prohl and Azuma, those guys have to step up this half. Granted, they've been playing well today. They've been calling good plays. The coaching staff has been calling some good plays on the sideline, and you cannot complain at the fact that Seattle is not playing well today. They've been playing some good football. And up until right there, the Seattle Dragons, they get stopped for a sack. 3rd and 16 now for Seattle.
Third and 16. Ball at the 35-yard.
With 5 minutes to go in the second half. Wow, 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Shotgun set, trick formation at the bottom of your screen. There is Silvers. He is looking downfield. There is a pass over the middle. It is caught. What a grab in traffic. Picked up with ease. I believe that was Brian Taylor on the snag. Great throw. Oh, that one was Randall Parks, one of the 383s. Forgive me, guys. But what a snag. That was a tight throw in between both defenders. Good snag there by by Parks. And we have a first down for Seattle in Houston territory. Split back formation. This is a very early 90s formation here. Twins wide receivers at the bottom of your screen. Prohl is the inside man with the white gloves. There is the snap. He is looking to swing it out. He gets it to Prohl. Prohl picks up 4. 2nd and 6 at the Houston 38. Prohl is having a much better game today. I believe he did get a score in the first half. 5 catches, 79 yards. He is holding his own today. And I think
Ready for this? Triple 50X. Opposite flow. Let's make it count. Break!
In comparison to how he played last week, and just like Houston is getting Cam involved like hell today, Seattle is doing the same thing, and it's working for them. I mean, when Prohl is a key feature of the passing offense for Seattle, look at the score. It's a 3-point game. Seattle is looking to drive, and Silvers tries to get it to Prohl again. It is an incomplete pass. I think Silvers wanted a flag there. It looks like he had his hand raised like, hey, man, throw the flag. That was clearly pass interference, but no call there. 3rd and 6, and they need to get a little closer to even getting closer to field goal range.
This is the call. Guns. Quads left 50 red flood. Let's make it count. Break.
3rd and 6.
They're in the gun. They're going to be slinging this ball here. They got McAfee to his right, he being Silvers. Silvers has been given the keys to the city one more time. People thought that Daniels would be coming in and taking over, but he did not. Silvers throws it deep. Complete pass to Austin Prohl. That is the reason why that the coaching staff stuck with Silvers. He finds Prohl deep downfield. That is a hell of a throw. Now, the big thing this week is Silvers has had the time. Houston has barely brought pressure. Besides that sack, I believe that is like maybe the only sack on Silvers today. He's had time. He finds a man deep downfield, and that man is Austin Prohl, who's been playing well today.
Is this a great drive or what?
And the confidence oozing off of Silvers is showing. I mean, the man is glowing right now, talking about how good of a drive this is. Hand off to McAfee. McAfee gets nowhere. Stop behind the line of scrimmage. None of that is happening here. Another stop by Beniquez Brown. I think the nuisance Flugents was in on that one as well. And McAfee's having a decent game. He's under 50 yards rushing, but hey, he's getting something done. Can't say the same about Roman Chambers. Offset I formation, 3 wide on this set. That means there is no tight end. The Roughnecks looked like they're in a nickelback set. Swung out to the tight end. That is Demont St. Pierre. He fights forward. Almost gets the first down. 3rd and inches for Seattle. I mean, even if there is no touchdown scored here, they're well in position to tie this game up and make it a 20-20 ball game. And I'm telling you, I think we might have another upset on our hands. 3rd and inches. Seattle has the ball at the 9-yard line. It is a handoff to Gus McAfee. He picks up the first down. 1st and goal for Seattle, and the Seattle fans are hyped. You can hear them cheering their heads off when they picked up that first down there. So Seattle fans are in it. They are some of the most rowdiest fans in the league. They've come to show out every single week, and they're trying to punch it into that end zone. That would be big and really big for Seattle to take this lead going into the fourth quarter. But on that toss, there is a big stop there. I believe that was the safety. Oh, nope, that was the safety, Mike Blair, on the stop there. The strong safety came up, saw McAfee trying to bounce to the outside, and made a hell of a stop. Individual effort, didn't even let him get started there. I think forward progression will get him at the 10. It will. 2nd and goal, instead of it being 6 yards, it'll now be 10 yards.
Not today! No, sir!
Offset I formation again. They pretty much stay in the same set. Prohl is the top receiver. It goes to McAfee again. I don't think you hand the ball off to him, and you can see it as he is stopped immediately. 3rd and goal. Houston is now flexing their muscle. They are showing why they are one of the best teams in the league. They're possibly going to have a goal line stand here. If they run this ball again, Seattle, all the praise I gave you about calling the right plays and executing will go right out the window. But it looks like they're in a passing set. They got 4 wide, and McAfee is staying the block. Silver's got plenty of time. He is looking, but takes too long. Stopped for a sack. It was 1st and goal at the 6. It turns into 4th and goal at the 18-yard line. That will bring out the kicker, Kevin Epstein, for a 35-yard attempt. This is a big attempt here. They want to tie this game up. Not too many teams have been able to hang with Houston. It has been happening as of late in the season, but Seattle's 1-8. There's the boot. Kick is up. Kick is good. 20-20 ball game with 36 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a tie game with the best record in the league and the worst record in the league. The 7-2 Houston Roughnecks and the 1-8 Seattle Dragons are tied at 20 apiece. And we are 36 seconds away from heading into the fourth quarter. And if you are just joining us, welcome. My name is Bravo33. This is the XFL on the Last Life Gaming Network. As you see Houston bringing the ball to the 27-yard line for them to get started on offense. Houston needs this win. If they win this game, they clinch the #1 seed in the West for the playoffs, and they will have home field advantage with the best record in the league at 8-2. If they lose, they go into a tiebreaker with LA at both 7-3, and they split the head-to-head, so it will go to net touchdowns or the points scored against in their head-to-head matchups. They don't want to go into that numbers game. They control their own fate. They've got to win this game here in order to leave with the #1 seed in the West and home field advantage throughout. Another pass to Cam Phillips. I mean, look at that stat line. That has to be the record. 12 catches, 246 yards. I know I have a very big XFL fan that watches. I believe his name is Philly Gamer or Philly fan. I cannot remember off the top of my head. I promise you, that man knows every guy that is on every roster. He does a hell of a job on the live chat doing about text commentary on each player. So he might be the guy to know what is the record. 2 spin moves by Roman Chambers. Gets away to end off this quarter. 7-yard gain. That is a big momentum shift for Houston. They are now in Seattle territory as the quarter comes to an end. And there we go. That is the end of the quarter. Wow, this is a big game. Throw those 4s up. Throw them up. Throw them up. Throw them up. 20-20 ball game. And we have 10 minutes to go in this game. Who is going to walk away with the victory? Or are we going to see our first overtime game?
Let's go, D. Let's keep it up.
In the XFL on the Last Life Gaming Network. I-form set, single wide receiver at the bottom of your screen. That is the man, Cam Phillips. There is the snap. Hand off to Roman Chambers. He picks up the first down. Tries to spin away from the defender. Gets caught up, but still 1st and 10. But we have a flag on the play. Let's see what it is.
Offsides, number 91, defense, 5-yard penalty.
Offsides called on the defense. That one was on Tony Green, the defensive tackle. He must have got caught on the cadence there. That's a good job by Walker to get him to jump off sides. But
okay, people, triple 50 eggs, opposite flow. Let's do it.
they already picked up the first down, so that was an easy thing to just say, yeah, I'm all set. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And if you heard the call, this is going to be a pass play. They called it opposite flow. They should be crossing against each other. I believe the top man on the top of your screen will be running a deep post pattern. Nonetheless, it goes to Holly short. Holly gets smacked as he tries to catch it, but incomplete pass. Good defense by the Dragons. And I mean, nobody saw this coming. Nobody thought when we approached the fourth quarter that it would be a 20-20 ball game and we would have the Roughnecks looking to score to take over the lead this late in the game. Trips formation at the top of your screen. We have Roman Chambers flanked to the right of P.J. Walker. There is the snap. It is low, and he rolls out to his left. Good snag by there. Hit as he is trying to throw on the run. Good stop by Johnson. Johnson has made a name for himself in this game. He has come out to show out. He said, man, this is my last game as a Seattle Dragon. I don't know what the future is. I mean, actually, we know what the future is. The XFL, if you didn't hear what happened in the first half, I spoke about it immensely. The XFL has suspended operations, and there's no signs of life in 2021. I really hope that they do make an effort to come back. There is a snap. P.J. Walker is looking downfield. Throws it to the right side. Off the defender. Incomplete pass. That will be a punt. I don't believe that the Roughnecks kicker has it in him to boot a 56-yard field goal, and I think I'm right. As you see Bowman approaching the field, they're going to have to punt this away, so now they're going to have to play a little bit of FPF, what I like to call field position football, and try to pin these guys deep so they can get better field position on their next drive. 9:08 to go in the game. Houston is punting to Seattle. It looks like he's going to try and coffin corner this. Oh, that is a good punt. Their man looks like they're ready for it. He slides in, stops it before it hits the end zone. Good stop by the Roughnecks coverage team on the punt. Seattle will start at the 2-yard line. And their Silver's looking like, man, the odds are against us already. Do you really have to pin us at the 2-yard line to make us go 98 yards? He's like, all right, well, we're going to do what Dallas did and march all the way downfield and try to make a score here. They got split back formations in their end zone. Silver's got his feet on the goal line. There is a snap. It is a handoff to McAfee. McAfee finds some room, spin move, picks up a first down. Wow, McAfee made it look easy there. 1st and 10. They got the room that they needed. Now, granted, they still need... That's a great block by Pro. That's what sprung him loose. Pro brought his man all the way inside, not allowing anybody to even touch McAfee till he got closer to the first down marker. The Seattle Dragons are going to have to still go about 87 yards to get a touchdown, so this is still good FPF on Houston's behalf. Offset eye. Brandon Silver's got plenty of time. He's looking over the middle. It is caught by I think that was Holloway on that one. I'm not sure who made the catch there. I don't think it was Pro. I didn't get to see the numbers there, but man, plenty of time. The Seattle offensive line has been playing well there. That one was to Brian Taylor. Good snag there by the slot receiver. 1st and 10 on the Seattle 27. And again, still, Houston still has the advantage here. They still have to go 73 yards, but hey, Seattle is playing well so far. They were at the 2. They are now at the 27-yard line. Another handoff to McAfee. Goes nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Good stop by the Roughnecks. That one was the defensive tackle, Steve Jenkins, on the stop. That man's a hoss. I mean, you got to get more on him if you want to stop him.
I want to see you tighten up that side of the line.
From your Dragons, 27 yards.
Now the clock has become a key factor in this game. 7:38 to go in the game. There's the snap. Silvers takes a deep drop back. You got to believe he's looking downfield. Steps up, finds a man over the middle. That looks like it was Holloway on the snag. I think that might be Holloway's first catch of the game today. That one goes for 6. 3rd and 4. That's a manageable 3rd down for Seattle. They haven't had much success.
Just a basic little pickup. That's all we need.
Then let's get that first.
But these guys are showing confidence, and this is good because the last few times we've heard the huddle of the Dragons on the field pass, those guys usually bickering at each other, telling each other to step up. But now they're showing confidence, and they sound like they are ready to play some real good football here. But there is an interception. Pick City, Yo City, my city. What looked like a good drive.
Y'all see that pick? Textbook, baby.
Holland,
Textbook.
the nuisance Flugence, makes a huge stop for the Roughnecks. They have the ball at the Seattle 30-yard line, and this is big with only 6:54 left in the game. Wow, Houston now has it in Seattle territory, but Seattle has been playing great. I mean, look, they've got 9 in the box, and whoa! Before PJ can even complete his drop back, the Seattle defense was in there with the quickness. Big stop there by the Seattle D. He went untouched. PJ couldn't even get the play started. I think he took 3 out of his 5-step drive. It looks like he was trying to drop back more. Oh, and he dropped back more. He dropped back with his back to the turf. 2nd and 14. That is a big stop by Seattle. Because like I said, I don't think the Houston kicker can get a 50-yard or 50-plus yard field goal up. And now Houston's going to have to try and make a first down here to see if they can do anything. And that ball is tipped on the outstretched hands of Walker. 3rd and long. What looked promising about 45 seconds ago is now looking like Houston is going to punt this ball against Seattle. I've got to give Seattle all the credit in the world. These guys are like, you know what? We are not going out like no chumps. We are going to play our hearts out. And I believe it's led by who you see on your screen there. That is a shot of Willie Bacon. And they're going to say, hey, man, screw this. We're going to play our hearts out, and you're going to have to beat us in order to get your home field advantage. We're not going to just let you walk all over us. And that play almost went for 6. But the outstretched hands of the Seattle defense on that one stops it. It was nearly picked off. It was almost pick city going the other way. We have a 4th and 14, and believe it or not, Bowman's out to punt this ball away again. A little more of FPF to finish, not finish off, but to continue this game here. Bowman is going to try and pin them deep one more time. Let's see if he can do it. There's the snap. There's the punt. Looks like he's trying to coffin corner this one. Seattle's going to receive this one. Wow. Gutsy call there to even try and get it. Goss was like, you know what? I'm not letting that ball bounce any further. They are now at their own 13-yard line. 6 minutes, 6 seconds to go in this game. This might be the most exciting 6 minutes of the weekend. Actually, don't get me wrong, because there's still 2 games left in the week. It has been a fantastic week of football so far. The Thursday night game was exciting. Another pick city, yo city, my city. Oh, this is not the time for Brandon Silvers
That sure as hell wasn't the play.
to be throwing these types of passes, back-to-back drives, back-to-back pick cities. That one was trying to go to the fullback, Devon St. Pierre. He was covered in double coverage. Colston settles on the pick there. Tough break for Seattle. I think they're starting to get a little anxious. They're making these tough throws, and they're turning into turnovers. Now, instead of at the 30, Houston has the ball at Seattle's own 20 there in the red zone. I formation. You got to believe this one's going to go to Chambers. There's the snap. He's rolling out to the right. It is tossed to Phillips on the run. He turns upfield, picks up the first down, nearly gets into the end zone. Pushed out at the 6-yard line by Bickerstaff. Houston is in prime position to get a score here. It's looking tough for Seattle. If you're a Seattle fan, good effort by Darsh to try and make the block to spring him into the end zone. But I mean, look at it, man. They're at the 6-yard line. Seattle has written their own fate.
From your Dragons, 6-yard line.
It is a single back set for the Houston Roughnecks. Something's wrong with that defensive end there for Seattle. What is he doing? Maybe he's a little hyped. Throw to the outside, incomplete pass. That one was to Clinton. That man, he's the 3rd string tight end. I don't expect him to make great catches. I mean, I seen that LA was stretching their options very far. I don't want to say thin with finding Williams and I believe Johnston is the tight end's name for LA, but Houston is not really known for that. My guess is they're going to try and go for a fade route to Phillips, who's at the top of your screen, into the end zone. There's the snap. It is swung out to Chambers. Chambers pushes upfield, gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. That is big. They get their first score of the second half. Houston has been held scoreless up until right now. That swing pass out to Chambers with all the pressure in his mug. I believe that was Mike Gardner that was almost going to knock Walker on his butt again. But Walker has all the patience in the world. Swings it out to Chambers for the easy 6. Pending this extra point, it'll be a 27-20 ball game in favor of Houston. And they are in prime position to pick up this victory here. There's a snap. Good hold. Kick is up. Kick is good. 27-20 ball game. Let's see how Seattle responds. The last 2 drives, they've thrown interceptions. And I said, these last 6 minutes are going to be some exciting football. And I mean, I feel like only a minute has ticked away, and it's already a 7-point game in favor of Houston. Houston will kick this ball off to Seattle. Brian Taylor is the deep man to receive. With 5:27 to go, can Seattle respond? Whoa, what? What happened there? That is not the way. Oh, man. I feel like I feel for Seattle fans. These guys are always in a position to win, and I feel like they just seem to always break down in the 4th quarter. I know there's going to be a Seattle fan watching this game. They're going to be like, story of my life as a Dragons fan. # this is cray. 17-yard line is where Seattle will start. I mean, that was a tough return. He caught the ball awkwardly. McAfee gets stopped by Brown. McAfee has 60 yards, but I mean, showing that he has a 2.9 average means he's got over 20 carries today. So you would hope that he would have more yards than that at this point in the game. We are approaching the halfway mark of the fourth quarter. There is 5 minutes left to go in this game. Can Seattle do it? I want to see Seattle do the impossible. There's a snap to McAfee, and Houston is like, bro, I know what you want to see, but we're going to get this win. Big stop here. Seattle needs to score on this drive. But there's a snap. He tries to get away from the defense. That is a big sack by Houston. Huge sack there. Silvers is on his butt. Good stop there by the Houston Roughnecks defense. I mean, he's like, man, I don't know what move you tried to do there, but that didn't stop me. You had nobody blocking for you on that right side. 4th and 14 for Seattle. They are running out of time now. And they're punting this ball away back to Houston, who will have the ball in good field position, unless Boston can boot the hell out of this ball and get it well into their territory. There's the punt. It is up. I don't believe it is getting far as they want. Caught at midfield. That is where he will be stopped. Darrell Green gets to about the 50-yard line. Tries to spin away from 2 guys, but he is going nowhere. 4:07 to go in the game. Now, all Houston has to do with this much of a lead, get a couple first downs, let this clock milk. First of all, let Roman Chambers get the ball on first down, get this clock rolling, okay? Because technically Seattle has 4 timeouts. They got the 2-minute warning plus their 3 timeouts. Get this clock rolling, hand the ball off to Roman Chambers, which is what they do. He goes nowhere. Loss of 2 on the play. I believe that was Johnston again. Oh no, that's not good. Corey Mustard. He's a blocking tight end for Houston. He's not big on receptions. Oh, he just came up lame, making a block there. That's not good. That could be a leg injury. We'll see if we find out what happened to him. We might not. Hopefully they get a word on him.
Weak toss. Break.
Now that made it. What's tough there is that counts as another timeout for Seattle, because clock stops here in the XFL and the LLGN. They stop the clock for an injury. You call that an injury timeout, and that was a free timeout for Seattle. Roman Chambers takes the toss to the left side, top of the screen. He is bodied up by Bickerstaff, not before gaining 6 yards on the play. 3rd and 6. This is a manageable down, even though we consider it about a 3rd and medium for Houston. But the most important thing is that clock is ticking. Look at it. Tick, 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 tick. 3:39 to go in the game. Houston is in prime position, but hey, we've seen teams do incredible things against Houston in the last 2 weeks. No lead is safe for the Roughnecks. Handoff to Chambers. Chambers pushes forward, only gets a yard. Clinton Kidd on the stop, 4th and 5. But what most importantly is going to happen is there's going to be less than 3 minutes to go in this game, and Seattle will get the ball. But Seattle still has the 2-minute warning. They still have all 3 of their timeouts, and they got a free timeout about a minute ago when Mustard went down with an injury. Now, with the lead, you've got to believe that Bowman is going to punt this ball deep and try to pin them again. I mean, they tried to make this work last Thursday, but Dallas and Landry Jones responded with one of the craziest drives that I've seen all season long. Bowman with the punt. He is punting it deep. Let's see if his guys can get under it. They do. They don't allow it to be called down at the 1. His feet touch the goal line. Good call by the officials. Seattle will get the ball at the 20. It is considered a touchback. Tough break for Houston. Seattle now has to only go 80 yards instead of 99 yards.
This? Triple 50X, opposite flow. Let's make it count. Break.
Triple 50X opposite flow is the call for the Dragons. That means they'll come out in a trips formation. Not necessarily a trips. They got a wide receiver at the bottom of your a tight end towards the bottommost receivers. Prohl is the man at the bottom of your screen. There's a snap to Silvers. Silvers has some time. Throws it deep. He's got a catch. It's to Austin Prohl. Wide open. Smoke turkey. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Seattle on the first play. Oh my God, on the first play of the drive, Brandon Silvers finds Austin Prohl deep, 27-26 game. You've got to be kidding me. All the time in the world, Silvers fires it deep. The most important man of the Seattle passing attack, Austin Prohl, on the deep post route, gets behind the defense. I don't see a safety in sight. Smoke turkey. Brandon Griffin is left looking at his shoes, and Silvers gets into the end zone and takes a nice long nap. Guys, this is what I wanted. This is the excitement that we needed. 27-26, 2.5 minutes to go. This game could go any way now. I mean, about a minute ago, we were talking about how Houston just had to play some defense and they could walk away with the victory. Now, after this kick is up, kick is good. 27-27 game. Houston is going to have to respond. I mean, granted, they have all the time in the world. Both teams have all of their timeouts. This is what's going to make it exciting. With 2:28 to go in the game, this is what we wanted to see. We wanted to see an exciting game. If you're a Roughnecks fan, you wanted to see an easy win. If you're a Seattle Dragons fan, you wanted to see the upset, and the chance of that is happening. Houston is on the road. Seattle fans are on their feet. It is a 27-27 game. They receive the ball at about the 10. He shoots a man, gets hit by 3 Dragons defenders at the 29-yard line. Houston has all of the options here. They can take their time. They've got a 2-minute warning plus 3 timeouts. They have the most explosive receiver in the league in Cam Phillips, who has about 250 yards receiving so far.
Ready to get this thing going? Let's do it.
Rush, 29-yard.
And Houston's not shying away from it. They're sitting in the gun. They want to make sure that Seattle believes that they're going to sling this ball every down. There's a snap to P.J. Walker. P.J.'s got time. He's looking left side of the field. Incomplete pass. Whoa. Oh, wow. Corey Mustard broke his kneecap. He is done for the season. That's a tough break. I mean, like I said, Mustard has been a good blocking tight end for Houston. He's dropped a lot of passes, but I mean, everybody does. Look, Cam just dropped the pass. He is known for being one of the most prolific receivers in the league, and he was open on that one and dropped it. He must have heard the footsteps and dropped the ball. There's a snap. PJ takes a deep drop back. There's a blitz coming, and it's picked up, thrown over the middle, and it goes off of the helmet of one of the Seattle defenders. I think that is Clinton Kidd, who made the stop there with his head. Way to use your head, kid. And Kid, way to use your head, kid. I mean, I think they were looking for the tight end on that one. Yep, it looks like it was going to go for the intended receiver, Sheldon Hilton. Oh, I thought it hit his head. No, Clinton Kidd played good defense there. Don't correct me on that one. Sorry. He stuck his hand out there and smacked the ball away. So it's 3rd and 10 now. Houston has to convert here because they don't want to punt this ball away to Seattle, who has all the momentum of the world. Listen to that crowd. They are on their feet. They are chanting defense. They want to see a turnover on downs here. There's the snap. PJ is looking downfield. Who's he got downfield? None other but Cam Phillips, right over the middle, over the logo. Complete pass. Man, they make it look easy. I just don't understand how they cannot find Cam Phillips in this zone. First of all, why are you playing zone this late when you know Cam Phillips always makes it look so easy how he finds his spot in the zone and gets receiving yards? That is probably his 13th catch of the day. We are at the 2-minute warning. It is a 20-7 ball game. This is the XFL on the Last Life Gaming Network, and this is the type of exciting football
No chance for 3 here, all right?
we want to see right before the playoffs. I hope our playoff games are just as exciting as this game has been. 27-27 game. Houston needs to score here. 2 minutes to go. They have all 3 of their timeouts, but so does Seattle. There is the snap. PJ rolls to his right, throws it to his left. It is complete to Cam Phillips. That man has 15 catches, 293 yards. Both of those wide receivers are having one hell of a game, but Cam is outshining Prohl, and Prohl's having a crazy day too. 177 yards and 3 scores. I mean, that is a crazy stat line, but Cam almost has 300 yards receiving. That might even be an NFL receiving yard record. If you hear some click-clacking, you might be hearing me look that up as we speak. 293 yards is the receiving yard for Cam Phillips as we speak. But I just have to see what the record is in a game. I'm looking it up. I'm gonna just say screw that because Google's not giving me what I want. 1:30 to go. Phillips finds another man deep. It is Roman Chambers. Complete pass. 1st and 10 for Houston, and they are in field goal range. Now, we've been talking a lot of smack about Houston the last 2 weeks, how they haven't been getting it done. But, what a stiff arm on Bickerstaff. Talking about how they haven't been getting it done, but with a minute and some change to go,
1st and 10 from the Dragons.
the Houston Roughnecks are playing Houston Roughneck football. They are doing exactly what they've always done all season long to get wins. Hand off to Chambers. I think Houston says, you know what, we're in field goal range. Let's try and milk this clock. Let's force Seattle to use their timeouts. And that's smart. That's smart strategy because, I mean, granted, an extra point was blocked, so Seattle has that on their side. But if everything goes well, Houston can just boot this ball up and call it a day. They don't need to get into the end zone. I formation. I think they're going to rely on Chambers here to let this clock milk and force Seattle to call these timeouts. Seattle has 7 in the box. They are ready to stop this run. Oh, they are looking to pass. Throws it out, nearly intercepted. That is so gutsy, but that might be a boneheaded play. What if that ball is intercepted? What if it's picked off and Seattle's going the other way with the ball? That Seattle defense wants to make a big stop here. They have 5 wide for Houston. Houston is not shying away from trying to get a score here. Quick toss to Cam Phillips. It is complete. My God, that is huge. I mean, PJ Walker plays like that is the reason why he is definitely the top candidate for MVP. He was staring in the face of danger, literally. Those Seattle players,
Guys, step up, baby. Step up.
they were right in his mug, and he fired it almost off his back foot to his favorite receiver. Cam Phillips makes a huge grab over the 1st down marker. We have 1st and 10 now, and Seattle only has 1 timeout to stop this clock. So now it is looking bleak for the Dragons, who have played one hell of a game today. Snap to Roman Chambers. That is the last timeout for Seattle. This might be it here, guys. Now all Houston has to do is run it twice. All they got to do is run it twice. This clock is going to milk, and Seattle's going to run out of time while Houston's going to boot the ball up. The best thing Seattle can do is force a turnover or block the kick and force this game to go into overtime. I form set. Roman Chambers is the deep man. You got to believe he's getting the ball here to get this clock rolling once again. It goes to the fullback, Joe Darsh, who gets spine busted for his troubles. Good defensive stop by Seattle, but as you see, we are now under a minute. Tick, 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 tick. That clock ticking. Every Seattle fan is looking up at that clock, but they are chanting defense. You've got to believe that they want to see their team succeed and at least get another chance to try and score. You got to believe Houston here is just going to run the ball again. They don't want to stop the clock for any reason. They're going to milk it, probably not snap until about 2 seconds left on the play clock. PJ's got a big play clock in front of him that he can see, and you know that's when he'll snap the ball. There is the snap at 2 seconds. Hand off to Chambers. Chambers does a good job of getting in the middle of the hash mark, so it's not an awkward field goal. But there it is, 20 seconds left. I don't think Seattle cannot stop the clock, so this field goal will be for the game. 14 seconds to go. Houston can take their sweet time here. They've got plenty of time to get this kick up. If they make it here, that will be the game, and Houston will have the #1 seed in the playoffs. And they call their own timeout? What? Why are you calling timeout? You're icing your own kicker. And the kicker's coming over to the coach, and he's like, what in the world are you doing, coach? We were good. We were set. Why are you calling me over here? I'm good, coach. I'm good. Let me kick this ball. There's 3 seconds left to go in the game. Why the hell are you calling timeout? I would have booted it. It would have been ball game. But now you iced me, bro. What are you doing? 4th and 9. The Houston Roughnecks kicking team is getting set again. With this kick, it'll be ball game, 3-point win for Houston and the #1 seed. It all comes down to this snap. There it is. Good hold. Kick is up. Kick is good. The Houston Roughnecks have done it. What a game. What a finish. 30-27 ball game in favor of the Roughnecks. They now have the #1 seed in the playoffs in the Western Division. They also have home field advantage throughout, so if they make it to the championship game, it will be played in Houston. What a finish. Seattle Dragons, hold your heads up high. You guys went out like some dogs. All the credit in the world to Seattle. It was a 1-9 season for them, but hey, great stuff. Great job by them. Enjoy this post-game show brought to you by Onslaught Multimedia, the creators of the Blast podcast. Onslaught Multimedia player of the game is Cam Phillips. 16 catches, 304 yards, 2 touchdowns. The man went off. I think 250 of his yards were in the first half, and he played one hell of a game today. Houston gets the #1 seed and home field advantage throughout the playoffs. We have our first matchup set for the playoffs. Houston will host LA, and that game I believe will be on Saturday. I gotta double check my notes, but more importantly, the New York Guardians and the Tampa Bay Vipers will play at 3 p.m. tomorrow, followed by DC and St. Louis at primetime at 8 p.m. Those two games will help determine who will be the #2 seed in the East. This is the XFL on the Last Life Gaming Network. Thank you for watching.